And we're off. This is another episode of Attack of the Beats, and I'm Mr. Fade, and this is IllMuzik.com, home of hip-hop production. This week, we've got 6 beats on tap, and actually I've got a total of 11 that I need to review here, but unfortunately I can't do 11. This is going to be a massive show, so I'm just going to break it up. I'll do 6 this week, and then 5 for the next episode. So 6 plus 5. Kids, if you went to school, that equals 11. So we're going to kick it off right away with cream with Black Smoke. Let's check it out. Alright, so that was Cream with Black Smoke. So on this beat, what I like about this one is you surprised me, because right at the beginning you hear this, I'm like, okay, there's some cool Chinese shit going on here. We got some good stuff going on here with the Chinese vibe. But then you drop in something else totally different, and then you bring in that Chinese stuff again, and you start to flip it, and I love it. It's great. Great the way you did it. So props on that. I love the low end. It blends in nicely with the kick. It's beautiful. The only fault I would say, maybe just my opinion, is that the kick goes very well with the bass, which is great. But I found like a few spots. It seemed like the kick was it was a little lost in the bass. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's like I didn't hear the kick enough, like not enough of like a real kick, of the kick. So maybe just add a little more thump to the kick or something, like let it stand out a little more or something like that. Like it blends in a little too much with the bass. But that's just the way I would do it, whatever. But other than that, I mean, it's great. I love the way you do the transitions, how you change it up, and you go from one part to the next. You had your little breakdown in the middle. Very dope beat. I'm really feeling this one. This is a dope entry, man. I love it. So we'll move on right away to the next one. And once again, Mr. DJ Excellence from where are you from? Like Sweden or something? I keep forgetting, man. Sweden or something. Then France, and then Montreal. I don't know. You're all over the place, man. Can't remember where you're exactly from. But anyway, DJ Excellence with Excellent Vibe. Let's check it out. And we're back. That was DJ Excellence with Excellent Vibe. So on this one, on this beat, what I gotta say is this beat actually, this one was a real head nodder. I really, really like this beat. I mean, and it's a good title too, Excellent Vibe, because it's really the vibe of the whole beat, like that sample you're using with the guitar. It's just good. It's just nice and smooth, and just makes you want to nod your head and be like, oh shit. This is a dope beat, man. I'm really feeling it. The only problem I have is I was waiting for a bass line to come in. So, I mean, I know you're not big on bass lines. I don't really hear many of them from you or anything at all. But, you know, I mean, I don't know why. I keep with the primo style. That's cool. You know, maybe you just hate doing bass lines like most people. But whatever. I just think that's the only thing missing. Other than that, I think it was great. Like I said, it was the vibe, man. It was the vibe. That's what I really liked about it a lot. So it was good. The drums, the kick and snare and hat, they all fit well together. It went great with the sample. And what I actually really liked though was when you brought in like you made the sample into lo-fi. So that way it was nice and subtle. Like, cause usually you just loop stuff through. So it was nice to see that. I like that change up. So, dope beat. So next up, we've got, I still can't remember how to pronounce this, Element 43 Music. Element 43 Music. Whatever you want to call it. With Dreamer. Let's check it out. So that was Element 43 Music with Dreamer. What I like about this beat is, just like the DJ Excellence one, is the vibe, man. I mean, it's just the vibe. I mean, it's a great low end, very, very smooth. And, really my first impression was that this is something I would hear in a movie. At first when I hear the low end, I'm like, okay, this is something you're going to be riding around with and all that stuff late at night. But then I was like, no, this is like a fucking movie, a movie beat. So I don't know if you're shopping this stuff around, trying to sell your beats or whatever, but this is something I would push more towards like a movie studio if you can. Who knows? Even a TV show or something, but it's got that vibe, man. It's just like an inspirational thing. At the same time, it's very sad and somber. I'm just sitting here listening to it, and I was almost getting sad and depressed, but like in a good way, I guess. I don't know. Other than that, I really like it. You got the rolling hats or whatever, and the way you transition with that reverse symbol or whatever the hell. I don't know. But anyway, really dope. Really feeling this one. Good job. All right. So next up, we got KDVS with Chilling in the Backseat. Well, what are you doing in the backseat? Who are you chilling with? That's the question. Let's find out. All right, and we're back.
Funky.
So, you just heard from KDVS with Chilling in the Backseat.
Nasty.
Now, this is a pretty solid beat. I like it. I like the drum track when it first comes in. It's a little rough, I would say, a little gutter or something like that, but that was good, in a good way. And then when the guitar comes in, I thought, okay, this is pretty cool. But the problem is that I find that it just got a little too much with the guitar. It was a little too busy. I mean, it's great, you know, with the whole, I don't want to use the word vibe again, but the whole vibe of the beat, I like it. And I like the fact you got a little chorus thing going on, a little hook with the singing, so that's great. The only problem I have is the fact that you have too much guitar in there. I find just a little too busy. It was maybe around the 130 mark or something like that. It was just too much going on at the same time, like too much instrumentation or whatever. That's the only drawback I have of that beat. But other than that, I like it. I like the whole beat itself, especially, like I said, I like the drums a lot, because since they're a little gutter or whatever. But to me, it's just the guitar. If you were to just like ease up on the guitar a bit or something like that, or maybe just I don't know, maybe that's just the vibe you're going for, which is fine or whatever. But for my personal liking, I wouldn't put too much guitar in there. I wouldn't put that much. So yeah. All right. So let's see. We have a new one here. I don't know how to pronounce this one. Jamba Beats to Jamba. Jamba Beats by Collapse. Let's check it out. All right. And we're back. So, that was Jamba Beats with Collapse, a new addition to Attack of the Beats. And so, with this one, it starts off good with the drums kicking in really hard. I like that. But you have to control your kick. I mean, the kick was just too loud, too distorted for me. I mean, I can hear it right away. It's clear it's just distorted. So if you could somehow just lower the volume on your kick, well, all the drums, basically, especially the kick. And then when you had the synth coming in, so at first I was like, okay, he's going for this weird, horror, crazy vibe or something. But then, to me, it just sounded out of tune, actually. So, I mean, I've been there, there's times when I made beats and it's just like I'm trying to come up with something that's like, it's really, eerie or something. It sounds like something like from a horror movie or something. So, it's kind of like a fine line, right? Like you're trying to find something that sounds crazy, but, in this case, it just sounded out of tune. Like it just doesn't even go with the rest of the beat kind of thing, you know what I mean? So, so I like the direction you're going with it. I just wouldn't have used those keys at all. That synth. I would have. It does sound like it's actually out of tune, whether you realize it or not. But that's what it sounded like. So, but that and the kick, just get that under control. Yeah. All right. So, with that being said, we have one more beat coming up. I think it's another new member here. This one's Trap Paradigm with the Old Oak Tree. All right, let's check it out. All right. So that was the last beat. That was Trap Paradigm with the Old Oak Tree. So I'm not sure what kind of vibe you're going for on this one. If it's more like I guess because the name Trap Paradigm, you're going for like a trap beat or something like that. But whatever. I mean, at the beginning, I love the piano. It comes in nice and subtle, and then the low kick and the hand clap. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be good. This will be good. But then you just kept it going like that all the way through. I was expecting you to come in with an actual drum track, about maybe 8 bars in or something like that, and then the piano to change up after maybe 16 bars or something like that. Just because the piano was just the same all the way through. Even though the piano sounded great, I was just expecting it to change up somewhat because it was just kind of the same thing, and then you're just throwing in these random synth sounds here and there and stuff. The synth sounds sounded actually pretty good, but to me, I don't know, it was just kind of weird. It was kind of like the beat just didn't seem consistent or whatever. Like, it's just kind of like, it sounded like a 2-minute experiment almost or something. I don't know, something like that. But the sounds are great. Like I said, it's just the way you put it together. To me, I just didn't understand it. I was expecting it like a more traditional beat or something like that. Maybe that's your style. That's cool, whatever. But it's not something I expected. So, but I like the sounds you chose. I like the piano, I like the synths, and the kick and the hand clap sounded great. So yeah, other than that, it was just the way, like I said, the piano just looping all the way through and just random sounds coming in that I didn't really get. So that's it. All right, so yeah, that's it. That's the last beat. So once again, if you want to send in your beats to be reviewed, just go to illmuzik.com. Look at the top, you see battles, then Attack of the Beats, and then just upload your beat from there. Send them in. And that's it. So, all right. So, I'm Mr. Fade. This is Attack of the Beats. And it was very tough this week to choose one beat to pick as a winner. Because there's I liked them. There's like, three beats are like really, really solid on this. So, with that being said, the winner is, drum roll please, Element 43 Music with Dreamer. Let's check it out.